I have never sewn a full dress before. I have altered clothes, so this is new to me, and we're just gonna get started. So I went to Joann's yesterday and I got my fabric. So I got 2 silk fabrics that I'm gonna start with the pink fabric, and then we are going to do the blue fabric if we end up making a good dress out of the pink fabric. So this is how the pink fabric looks. It is absolutely gorgeous. Look at it. It's so pretty. So the original dress that I saw online was like this pale green color, but I could not find a pale green silk chiffon material. The only material that I found at my Joann's was dark green olive chiffon material. So I was like, this color is amazing and gorgeous nonetheless. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start by draping the material over my body to make the top. Do I like that drape? I'm trying to figure out if I do. We're trying to make this work, okay? So I'm gonna pin this. She does not want to pin. Finally got that pin in there. And then have my other pin. Like that. And we're just gonna attempt to, is this too much excess in the middle? I think it's too much. Me thinks so too. And now all I'm going to do is, this is my drapage, and I'm gonna mark about an inch away from where I actually want it. So okay, we did it, or we did something. So now I'm just going to figure out where I want my dress to end, because this fabric is really long. So do you guys kind of see what I'm going for now? You kind of see it. Okay, so I am going to measure my body from here all the way down, and then I'll mark it on the fabric. Okay, so I got the first piece of fabric and it looks pretty decent.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
So I am not mad about it, but now I'm just going to pin and hem the edges. This is where we made our first mistake in hemming the edges before we combined the 2 pieces of fabric. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me now that I'm looking back at it. But yeah. Okay, so first sewing thing. So first thing I needed to do was fill a bobbin with my colored thread. So I got an empty one, and this was one of the hardest parts of it. I don't know why it was so hard for me to do it, but the thread kept on falling off of the place where it was supposed to be in. If you know, you know. But I finally got a bobbin full, and then I put it on the bottom, you know, things like that. Here's me still struggling with it because it literally did not want to go for me. And then I finally got it. So then I took it off and I threaded the thread through the machine as you're supposed to. And then I combined them, and then I started sewing. So this was where I made my first mistake. I hemmed the fabric before I combined the fabric, and it doesn't make sense if you're unfamiliar with sewing, but it makes sense to me. Okay, so I have the front part of the dress basically done and hemmed. I haven't hemmed the bottom yet, but I have hemmed the top. I don't know why, but the stitches at the top are really, really loose. That's concerning, but we're gonna ignore and keep going. So let's do that, shall we? So this is just a time lapse of me struggling to make straps, and I wanted to make like super duper teeny tiny spaghetti straps, and I didn't buy a loop turner while I was at Joann's, so I was making the straps, and then I was trying to find like alternative ways to turn the strap inside out, like using a safety pin. That didn't work for me. Using like a long stick, that didn't work for me. I finally found a way that worked for me by doing the bobby pin method, and if you search it up, you can figure out what it is. I'm not going to try to explain it because this is not a tutorial. But yeah. Okay, so like I said earlier, I just safety pinned the top pieces, but I think that it's kind of coming together. So imagine if the straps were actually turned inside out, and then this is how the back is gonna look like. It's gonna crisscross. I don't know if you guys can see that over my sweatshirt, but it's gonna crisscross like that. And then where the crisscross is, there's gonna be another strap right here. And then the dress is gonna start down here. Right where my thighs are is where the bottom of the dress is gonna start. So are you guys kind of seeing the vision come together now? Yes, I am seeing it come together. It actually like kind of came together, and it's definitely gonna be very loose in the front. That's interesting. So I think I might do it like that maybe when I style it. I don't know, but it's coming together. Like, look, okay. Like, I'm literally kind of hype, kind of. So here I started cutting fabric on the floor to make the bottom half of my dress, and it was just easier on the floor, so that's why I did it that way. Okay, so now all I'm gonna do is I'm going to attempt to cut just a teeny bit of a swoop, not too much of a swoop, but a teeny bit of a swoop. And then we're gonna hem this garment, and then we're going to safety pin it, and then make our final strap, and then this dress will be somewhat done, because it's not like fully done, but it'll be somewhat done. so this might end up looking really bad or really good. Who knows? Giving us really bad. But we're gonna hem it, and I think hemming should fix it somewhat. So let's do that. Let's hem. So these are the clips of me sewing the hem on the bottom half of the dress, I think. And then me trying to figure out how to turn the straps inside out, which I eventually did find a method. Like I said earlier, I found the bobby pin method, which worked for me in the end, but it did take me a lot of time and effort for me to get to that point in which I knew what to do and I could be able to turn the strap inside out. So one of the things that helped me was actually trimming off all the excess fabric before I started trying to turn it inside out, because I realized that the excess fabric actually kind of hinders you turning it inside out. But as you can see here, I finally was able to turn a piece inside out, which was honestly one of the best experiences for me. So yeah. Guys, I got my first full-length strap done. I'm literally so hyped because it's kind of uneven. This one is thinner, this one is a bit thicker, but I am not mad at it at all because it literally is amazing. Okay, now we have 4 more of these to go. Okay, so this last time lapse is just me trying to trim, this is me making straps actually. Making my last straps and then trimming off the excess fabric on my dress and like pinning the straps and stuff like that. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys the dress a couple of days later, just kind of so you guys can see how it is right now. So this is kind of how it looks. And the back is very open and it's not very tight at all. But this is kind of like how the back is, and the back is very loose. I wanted it to be kind of tight like that, but I think I left a lot of allowance. And the stains are just fabric glue, so don't mind that. But what I was thinking is that I could do like a belt to kind of help keep the dress in place. And then the sides are obviously not sewn very well. Well, actually this side is pretty good, but this side is not good at all. But yeah. So that is it for this video, my first attempt to sew a dress. Obviously it didn't turn out exactly as planned, but I'm also not mad about this because it really was a learning experience, and I know how to turn straps inside out without a loop turner, and I feel like I'm a little bit more knowledgeable and a little bit more experienced than I was when I first started it. And this was definitely, you know, a learning curve for me. I've never like sewn anything by myself before, so this was an experience. Gave us, you know, experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you leave a like and comment down below and subscribe for more videos like this. If you guys want to see more sewing videos where I can actually sew a dress fully to completion, make sure you like and comment down below, and bye.